Unit 5, Formative 1, Day 3, Factoring with the GCF. So now that you've practiced factoring for a little bit, we're going to add a little bit to it and add in the GCF again. Okay, remember GCF stands for greatest common factor. Alright, so on number 1, 9w to the second plus 3w minus 30. Okay, so you ask yourself, okay, what do all of these have in common? Well, they all have a 3 in common. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide everything by 3. Okay, so if I divide 9 by 3, I get 3. Keep your w to the second. If I divide 3 by 3, I get 1w. And negative 30 divided by 3 is negative 10. Okay, so we found what they had in common and we divided that out. Now we can factor just like we were. So you can make your box. Okay, 3w to the second goes on the top left. Negative 10 goes there. These two need to add up to 1w. So you have a w here and a w here. You still take a times c. So 3 times negative 10 is negative 30. Okay, we've got to figure out all the things that would multiply to negative 30. So you have 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. Which one of those will give us a 1? 5 and 6 will if we take 6 minus 5. Okay, our bigger number is positive, so we want to keep our bigger number positive. Alright, so put in your 6 and your negative 5. Okay, and then you look at those top two boxes, 3w to the second and 6w. What do they have in common? Well, 3 goes into both, and they also have a w. Okay, and then 3w times w makes 3w to the second. 3 times 2 would make 6w. And w times negative 5 is negative 5w. Okay, and then you put your answer into the parentheses. So you'd have 3w minus 5 and w plus 2. So that would be your answer. Alright, so it's really the same thing. The only thing new is that you have to put, I almost forgot. In front of the parentheses, we have to put in what we took out. So since we took out a 3, okay, we have to put that in the parentheses as well. Okay, let's try another one. Number 2, negative r to the second plus 2r plus 8. So what do these all have in common? They don't really have anything in common because you can't take a 2 out of that first one. Alright, well, if you look, this first term right here is negative. I can't have my first term being negative. So if it is, I have to divide everything by a negative 1. So I'm going to divide by a negative 1. So when I do that, negative, this is really a 1 right here. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 is 1r to the second. Positive 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2r. And positive 8 divided by negative 1 is negative 8. Okay, make your box. So we have 1r to the second, our negative 8r, r. These two boxes have to add up to negative 2r. So we take a times c, so 1 times negative 8 is negative 8. We have to figure out what's going to multiply to negative 8 and add to a 2. Well, you have 2 and 4, 1 and 8. Which one of those can give us a 2? These ones can. Since we want it to be negative 2, we make the bigger number negative. So you have 2 and negative 4. Okay. Look at your top two boxes. What do they have in common? They have an r. R times r is r to the second. R times 2 is 2r, and r times negative 4 is negative 4r. Then you put your answer in parentheses. R minus 4 and r plus 2, and don't forget that negative 1 we took out at the beginning needs to go back in your answer. Okay, so look and see what can you take out. Go ahead and divide that out, and then factor like normal. Alright, we'll see you later.